Hey, so I ended up with a hellacious sinus infection, which kind of put making any content off to the side. So I thought I'd share some of the things I picked up over the last month. This is James from Read Word Comics. If you would please like, share, and subscribe down below, I would appreciate it. As I said in the intro, I have been picking up comic books over the last month. I have a stack about this tall, right over here to the side of my pulls. And I don't want to share that yet. I have this great idea to kind of explore some of the choices I make as someone who has a subscription to my local comic book store's pull list. So instead, what I'm going to be sharing with you right here is kind of a melange of comics that I've been picking up in strange and unusual places, to quote Mike over at Lunch Money Comics. Some of these are coming from Half Price Books, which is one of my favorite places to dig for comics because most of them cost $1.50. You can't go wrong with that. There is a multitude of flea markets in the area. And while I know there's one that is prime hunting grounds for comic books, haven't been able to hit that up lately. This one happens to be kind of on the way to another place that I go to. So I picked up a couple books there. I think I even got one in the back issue bins at my LCS. So let's see what we got. Now, some of these aren't necessarily important other than it helps me fill a part of my collection, a part of a run. That's the first one right here. This is Batman Volume 1, Issue 662. I'm not sure who's doing the cover, but it is really slick. This is a part of my 2024 comic book collecting goal, which is to finish out my Volume 1 run. I'm going from issue 400 to the end of the series. I think I'm down to less than a dozen books with this book right here. So that's a nice addition to the PC. The next couple books, honestly, I've been reflecting on the uh, the variant, what's the word I want to use? Variant speculation that was occurring right before the pandemic, where four different books, and Marvel is pretty bad about this, especially with the ratio variants. Uh, but DC was doing the same thing. A lot of comic book stores prior to the pandemic would have variant comic books made for a special event, for a milestone issue, like the first issue or the 100th issue or something like that. And so these two right here are variants. That these were store variants. I think this is Coliseum Comics in Florida. And according to what I think CLZ is saying, this is like a 1 in 1,000 issue, which I'm not taking it as this was a ratio variant where Coliseum Comics bought they bought 1,000 issues of this particular comic book and then they got one of these. I think what it was is they printed 1,000 of each one of these, maybe. I don't know, honestly. I have the A cover. My LCS had this years ago when this first came out. And so this is, I think, the B and the C cover, which completes the set. They were $1.50 a piece, and the art is just amazing. So this is Batman 50. This was supposed to be the wedding issue, the infamous wedding issue that didn't turn out. And DC churned out, not DC, LCS's across the country churned out a multitude of different variant covers. This is the Ale Garza cover, which is just gorgeous. I have the A cover, so it was nice to get the other two. Otherwise, honestly, I wouldn't have picked it up. One thing I'm recognizing about myself, well, let's just look at the covers first. Okay, so here's the Virgin variant. And then we have the black and white variant. Okay. And so together, I mean, it's a gorgeous book. One thing that I've realized when I picked this up, I was kind of reflecting on it, is that variant covers, unless it's just the B cover, I'm not really in that game now, in that headspace I was right before the pandemic, where getting variant covers was a big deal. Now, that said, I will support my LCS. I will pick up variant covers, but I'm not going out of my way for it. Anyway, let's move on. This is a key comic book. Only reason why I picked this up, this is Batman Volume 3. This was also Batman Volume 3, by the way. So this is Batman Volume 3, issue number 77. This is kind of a minty book. This is the death of Alfred Pennyworth, the hands of Bane. Okay. This is the Clayton Crane variant. I've seen his work on other things, and I really think this is not his best, honestly. Just my opinion. I got it because it was a key. I already have it. Now I have two. This is a part of my Batman and Robin run. This is a part of the Morrison run, Volume 1. I'm trying to complete that because Damian Wayne is my Robin. So we got issue number 12. I think I'm only down to 2 issues on that. And this is something that I'm low-key trying to fill in the gaps. Like, I'm looking for it in the wild rather than going online and purchasing it right away. This book right here is a part of the Night of Owls event way back. What was this, like 2012-ish? In the New 52, this is Batwing issue number 9. I think with this one right here, I have all of the tie-ins to that series. There's a couple events like that I try to get the tie-ins for. Night of Owls, I've been kind of backward collecting them. Let's see, Death of the Family was another one where I was collecting all of the tie-ins. As a collector now, not really big into collecting tie-ins. Not going to put any blame on anybody, but one of the big two burned me on that. Anyway, I saw this book on another channel. I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, and this became kind of like a summer collecting goal because it's one of those things where I'm going to find it in dollar bins everywhere. So this is the first appearance of Gen 13. This is in Deathmate Black, issue number 1. Picked up these at a flea market. This is Fantastic Four, issue number 197. No real significance. It's just kind of filling in my volume 1 run. And issue number 222. I want to say one of those had a legendary artist. I think it was this right here. I'll put it down at the bottom when I remember. The next one right here, I was flipping through, and I do this all the time when I'm just kind of bored. If you go to Key Collector and click random, you can just flip through, and they'll give you all sorts of random books, and it's just interesting to see some of the books out here. And when I saw this one, this is a modern book. I think it came out in 2022. This is the first introduction. This is the first cameo of a mutant named Soft Serve. This is Wavex number 2. And what she does is her mutant power is to make ice cream that comes out of her anus. So I saw that. It reminded me of that, what was it? The Squatty Potty unicorn that makes ice cream. And I went, okay, well, I'm going to find this somewhere really cheap. My LCS had it, so I picked it up. And then these two were from Half Price Books. They're just some run fillers for Uncanny X-Men issue number, or volume 1. So we got issue number 427, and then we have issue number 432. All right. So that's it. I appreciate all of you that stuck around and listened to me ramble. If you did like what you saw, please do like, share, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to read more comics.